If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.
Welcome. It is Nazzy from the Pulse of New Hampshire. Welcome to the Concord Co-op Community Connections. We have got a full house, and we're full of talent today. Greg Lessard from the Co-op joins us. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Nazzy. Thanks for having us again on your show.
Oh, it is. This is a fun one today too. So let me introduce our guest, of course, from the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness. It's Ellen Groh. Good morning, Ellen.
Good morning.
And the marketing director of the Concord Eye Center is Miss Sarah Duval. Hello, Sarah.
Hello. Good morning.
All right, so I'm going to make sure my glasses are clean because we have Sarah on. I've got to come back into the Concord Eye Center to get my eyes checked very, very soon. How quickly does your prescription change as you age? Is it quickly?
It depends. I mean, some people don't really change their prescription at all until they start needing reading glasses and they start losing their near vision. Other people like me, actually, I'm 42 and mine continues to change all the time. So
it's changing. Yeah, 45. I'm right with you on that.
You're working in the right place then. You're working in the right place, Sarah, if your prescription's always changing. Good for you.
Every day. All right, so this is really exciting, Greg. We've been talking about this for a while, and I think this is something that not just Concord, but New Hampshire needs. It is our talent show coming up. What's the date?
May 1st, so that's not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday at the Bank of New Hampshire stage. So we've been planning it for a while, and that day is finally at hand.
It's finally here, and of course, it's a benefit to help the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness. And what's really cool and unique about this is we're kind of in a transition period right now where some people are comfortable to go out and enjoy a show. Some people are feeling okay. Others are still kind of hesitant. So, Greg, tell us a little bit about how this one is going to work next weekend.
We obviously have been planning this for some time, so we did plan it around all eventualities, I guess. And so we are this year. We will, in addition to the Bank of New Hampshire stage is allowing 100 guests to be in their facility. So we are selling 100 tickets. There's probably about 40 left. You would go to the Capitol Center for the Arts to buy those 40 remaining seats if you want to be in-house. And they will be, ushers will be seating individuals at safe distancing in the theater. So some individuals will be able to watch the show if you get a ticket in time. And the show is 7 to 8 with 6 to 7 p.m. will be appetizers provided by the Concord Food Co-op and O's Steaks and Seafood. And there will be a cash bar as well. And what is new this year is we brought together some great talented people. The Concord TV will be live streaming this, and they will be live streaming the event on the Coalition's website, right on the homepage. And it will be live streamed on Concord TV channel 22 for those that have Comcast TV in Concord. So it allows the individuals that want to see the show but are not comfortable in being in the theater, as well as those individuals that didn't act in time to get a ticket. You can still get one, but if you miss out, you can still watch the show. And the pre-show will be starting at 6:30. So the show starts at 7, where the acts will be coming on, and the pre-show is at 6:30. So we were so thankful that a group of very skilled, technical individuals came together to live stream this. There's a lot more to it than you would think, and it scared the heck out of me. So I was glad that they were there to make this happen for the coalition.
So, Ellen, am I correct to assume that this year you're going to be doing your hula hoop while roller skating routine, and Sarah, you're going to be doing your world famous bird calls? Correct? Is that what?
Absolutely.
No, I mean,
world famous.
She's got over 1 million views on YouTube. I mean, come on, it's amazing. Helen, what are you going to be doing at the event come next weekend?
I'm going to be there in person because that's the date that my 2-week post-second vaccination kicks in, which I'm so thrilled that I got that and that I can go out again in public. So I'll be there for sure. I got cut, my act, my hula hooping, juggling, whatever that was, I got cut. So I will not be performing, but I'll just be there to meet all the people who support us, who we are so grateful for. We could not do this work without the support of the community. So I'm thrilled to be able to be there in person this year.
And Sarah, I'd like to talk about the Concord Eye Center's involvement in it this year, because you guys are playing a big role. Tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we are, I think, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, but what we're called a pillar of support or a Palladium sponsor or something like that.
Palladium pillar of support. You are correct.
So we first got involved with this 2 years ago in the inaugural year. Our vice president of operations is a good personal friend of Greg's, and he mentioned it to her, and she brought it to the physician owners, and they kind of jumped at the chance to do it. It was something new and different. You know, we're in the business of caring. I'm personally not a doctor, but we are doctors. So, you know, we do a lot of charity work. We do support a lot of health and eye related causes, but we thought this would be something that would be really great to get involved with to help support the greater community. You know, we are a small business, and this community has really given a lot to us to help us be a successful business. And this is just a way that we can kind of give back and help the community. We don't just care about eyes. We care about the whole person, the human, the great community that Concord is. So when we got involved with the one 2 years ago, of course, it didn't happen last year, but it was just a great show. Some of us were able to attend, and we were so impressed with the show. And we just decided it was kind of a no-brainer. We, like many small businesses, were affected by COVID. You know, one of our biggest revenue makers is cataract surgery. And believe it or not, cataract surgery is considered elective. So last year with the pandemic, when it was strongly suggested that elective services and surgeries cease, we had to stop doing cataract surgery. So we ended up actually taking a pretty big financial hit. We're coming back strong. Our patients are coming back, and we're coming back strong. But my point in bringing that up is because as a result of that, we've really kind of tightened the belt. So I'm so proud of these guys for still deciding that this was a worthy cause. And even though we are pulling back on some marketing dollars, they still wanted to jump at the chance to support the community in this way.
You know,
so I'm really proud of them for that.
Yeah, the karma points too. I mean, just the fact that you guys are part of this event. I mean, you got to believe that one good turn deserves another. And that's what we hope, that the community in turn supports the Concord Eye Center. You know, I think that's a great idea.
Well, whether they do or whether they don't for this, you know, we just think it's such a worthwhile cause. Concord's a great community. And if we can do anything to help support it, then we're all in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to talk about the talent show in a moment. But Ellen and Greg, if you could both speak a little bit about the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness and who it is that they help. And even if we can't be part of this event next weekend, how we can still support. So Ellen, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about the coalition and what you guys do.
So the coalition does a number of things. One is we provide immediate services for people who are homeless. So we have a daytime resource center where people can take a shower, do their laundry, get their mail, and maybe most importantly, see a case manager who can help them connect with housing or whatever other services that they might need. So that's one thing we do. We also run a winter shelter, which just closed for the season at the end of March. So that's a life-saving, service that we offer during the winter so that people have no other place to go, have a warm place to be and not freeze. And we also run a permanent supportive housing program. So for people who are long-term homeless, we can provide rental assistance so the rent is affordable, and case management services to help you deal with whatever underlying issues are going on. So those are the programs that we run. We also try to work with the broader community to bring best practices to Concord for actually ending homelessness. And right now our focus is on getting more housing units on the ground, with our partners, by ourselves, every combination we can think of. We're pursuing all kinds of avenues. There's a huge shortage of affordable housing right now, tremendous shortage. And we're trying to see how do we make a dent in that so that we can actually end homelessness in Concord.
And that'd be great. Greg, what did you want to add to that? I see you nodding your head with Ellen.
Yeah, it of course spot on. But
Yeah.
the Ellen was mentioning, the absolute shortage of affordable housing, and so that is really, one of the directions that the coalition is spending a lot of time on right now, and it absolutely is a big undertaking, and it's something that the coalition cannot do alone. So we have recently formed a task force to create affordable supportive housing. And it's a long list of individuals and businesses that have come together to try to resolve this and to work together for solutions. And so it's really ramping up at a fast pace now, because there's so much of the community is coming together for a solution. So, these events create, the talent show creates awareness. It creates some of the funding dollars that make it happen. And it brings individuals to the organization to help work as a community for a solution. So it's amazing that the individuals that out there in the community that really want to help. And so we have different committees that, if you're sending an email to the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness, there are different committees that individuals can work on as well. Sarah was serving on our communications committee for quite some time. So that's just another way that individuals can get involved.
That's really cool too. And I know we do have a lot of services, as Ellen had mentioned here. What new services have been created because of the pandemic? What new ways have we had to find a way around to still offer the same amount of services?
I would say lots of ways. One of the big things we were able to do this winter was to purchase the First Church building in Concord so that we could move our shelter operations there. That was enormous for us, because in our existing building, our capacity would have dropped from 40 people a night to 20 people a night in order to spread people out for the COVID protocols. By being able to purchase that church, which is a much bigger building, we were able to keep our capacity at 40, and we're actually able to put, 5 or 6 people to a room rather than all 40 in one room, which also helped slow the spread. We did not have a single case of COVID this winter that we were aware of, which was, unbelievable. We were unbelievably fortunate with that. So that was a way we had to shift services. I know the other shelters in town all had to do similar things to be able to maintain their capacity. They had to find extra space. Another big thing that came out of the pandemic was some extra emergency rental assistance for low-income families who lost their jobs, couldn't afford their rent. So trying to prevent homelessness there, as well as there was an eviction moratorium so that people couldn't be evicted during the peak of the pandemic, which put a hardship on landlords. So that's why that rental assistance is so important, because landlords need to pay their bills too. So so those are some of the ways that we had to all react to the pandemic.
Everybody, one way or another, had to pivot and adjust during the last.
Right. It was a challenging year.
Oh, absolutely. I want to toss it back to Sarah for a moment. And what does it mean personally to you to be part of this event, to help out so many people and do what we can to protect and help out the community? What does it mean to you personally?
Personally, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I've always been, oh gosh, I'll go ahead and tell you. Growing up, was the kind of person that, honestly, on cold winter New Hampshire nights, I would sometimes lay in my bed crying, because I would think about people who didn't have a home, and how I'm going to cry, and how sad and upsetting that is. And, I've been very fortunate. I've always had a very good life, not wealthy or privileged, but a good life. But at the same time, I think that I sort of turned a blind eye, if you will, to that problem. In some ways, I would think about the homeless people, and I would feel very sad. I'd feel for them, but then I didn't really stop and think a whole lot about how I might be able to help them.
Right.
And I honestly don't even think that I really realized that the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness was there, was a thing. And now my eyes have just been so opened to this problem and realizing that, gosh, solving chronic homelessness really might be within reach. And it's just amazing to somehow play a small part in that, even if it's just sitting here, helping to get the word out. And with the business that I work for, helping to put some money toward the problem. It's,
I mean, think about it. If you help one person, if you help one homeless person get their life back together, get them back on the right track, think about how many people they're going to help. I mean, it's a snowball. It really is an effect. So that's amazing. That's really cool. I've got a little tear in my eye just hearing.
I know. I'm being all vulnerable here this morning.
Well said.
But Sarah also answers the call. Last year at the Bluegrass Barbecue, we needed workers to set up, etc., and Sarah was there. So
with my 12-year-old son. I brought my 12-year-old son to help.
You were there with your son, and they were both exceptional workers. Yeah. So she answers the call when it goes out.
That's amazing. All right. So let's get into it in the final few minutes we have here, Greg. What are we going to see next weekend? Let's talk talent. Let's talk performances, because we've got a really good variety of acts that are going to be going on stage.
Good question. And thank goodness I wrote them all down for you. But I'm going to mention a few of them. So the opening act is One Dan Band. This gentleman plays drums, guitars, and sings. So he's an exceptional act. We have Aim High Canine. So it's a dog performance, tricks, and they were on the first year. So back by popular demand, everybody loved it. So they're back. Emma Vargas is doing Heart of Glass, originally done by Blondie, and Miley Cyrus has brought it back onto the scene, and she's just wonderful at it. Fortune's Favor is performing I Do All My Christmas Shopping at the Dump. And I think they may be from Canada or something. They've got this just lovely Canadian accent, a great tune, and a brother and sister combination is doing this unbelievable tap dance routine. I haven't seen anything like that before. So it's talent of all kinds. We've got singers and bands, and there's 7 acts and then a bonus act. So it's a great show. And so I would really encourage individuals to buy a ticket while you can. And if not, all the information about this, how to buy tickets, how to watch it, and buy a vote. No matter where you are, whether you're there or you're watching it live streamed, you can do buy a vote, and for $5 per vote. And you tell us you vote for what you consider to be the best act out on that stage that day.
What a brilliant concept. All right. In the final few minutes we have here, Sarah, tell us a little bit about the Concord Eye Center and how we can get in touch with you and book an appointment, please.
Sure. So we're at Concord Eye Center, NH.com. We have 2 locations. One is in the Pillsbury building up at the Concord Hospital campus, and the other one is on Pillsbury Street in the south end of Concord. We have currently 14 physicians, but soon to be 16. We're adding 2 more late summer, early fall. And we really do everything from, we have full service optical shops at both locations, contact lenses, LASIK, Nazzy. This is kind of a fun one that not a lot of people know, but we have a doctor who's an oculoplastic surgeon. And if you have droopy eyelids that are impeding your vision, he can correct those. And that would, in most cases, be covered by insurance. But he also does cosmetic work. So he can do cosmetic eyelid lifts, mid-face lifts. He does Botox and dermal fillers and all kinds of neat stuff like that. Not a lot of people know that we offer that service, but we do.
That's amazing. All right. And Ellen, back over to you. Please give out the website for the coalition and how we can find out more information about what you guys do.
Yeah, it's concordhomeless.org. And we've got a lot of stuff on there about the talent show and about our work in general, and contact information as well. If people want to get more involved, they can absolutely contact us, and there's a place for everyone to be involved.
Excellent. Ellen, thank you. Sarah, thank you. Greg, good luck. I know you've got your plate spinning act ready to go for next week at the talent show. I can't wait to see it. We want to thank you all very much for all the amazing work that you do. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Nazzy.
you.
Thank you, Sarah. See you,
See you
Ellen.
next.
Bye, guys.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.